perhaps the first comparativist in Latin America, and I'm not so sure if not in the world, because he will take what he knew and apply that knowledge to what he didn't know, which is what comparative education does. So out of Sarmiento, you have then the creation of the post-colonial, but liberal citizen. And the problem with this liberalism is that create an homogeneous citizen rather than a diverse citizen. This is roughly, to put it around the 1860s to 1880s. That's the generation I'm talking about.
Sure.
Exactly 60 years to 70 years later, it comes Freire. And Freire will not confront this tradition. He was pretty much a liberal democrat at heart. But he will confront this element of a post-colonial tradition that was not post-colonial enough. And the fact, because yes, Sarmiento didn't like the Spanish. He liked the French. He liked the Americans, but not the Spanish, because the Spanish was the colonizer. But with Freire, we have a different, and the beginning of a new tradition. The argument that pedagogy of the oppressed was the precondition to make this liberal, democratic citizen a true global citizen. And that's the reason that Freire then became, perhaps unwittingly, a global citizen, a global thinker. To finish, when Freire was in the last stages of his life, and one of my students in one dissertation, we have a great deal of Freirean dissertations since of my presence in this school, has a beautiful sentence that not many people have really pay attention to it. It's a complicated sentence, so I may not be able to remember all by memory, but it says something like this. I was born in Pernambuco, and I was born in the city of Recife, so my Recificity explained my Pernambucability. My Pernambucability explains my Brazilianism. My Brazilianism explains my Latin Americanism. My Latin Americanism explains that I'm a citizen of the world. And then he says, you will not be able to understand me if you don't understand Recife, but you will not be able to understand me if you don't understand my other configuration.
So we discussed global citizenship education, global citizenship, how in a way it is connected to Freire's pedagogy. I'd like to share with you this question. What kind of recommendations would you like to share with teachers who are actually engaged in teaching global citizenship, either explicit or implicit in the courses and programs, and how they can actually, in your opinion, based on your long-time teaching experience, teach global citizenship to their students?
Well, a teacher, if she's a good teacher, is by definition an internationalist who internationalizes things. When you are teaching basic knowledge, mathematics, language, etc., in the end you are opening up the possibility for people to have a menu a la carte of what the world has to offer. The problem is when you are not a good teacher or you manipulate consciousness, and we have cases of teachers who teach in places far away. When I was teaching in Canada, there was a famous case